Now then, hello everybody. Let me just tell everyone that I'm doing this little surprise stream on a Friday afternoon. It's bloody boiling here today as well. Right, has that actually sent? I need to change my internet settings. Oh, let's see. Is anyone in the stream yet? No, I'm talking to myself. Hello from the future, if you're listening to this. Right, okay. Looks like we're up and running. Okay, so welcome. This is the Aero League Racing Daily Double Series. So what is the Daily Double? The Daily Double is essentially one of the daily races gets selected every week. Every week it's going to be something different, and sometimes we're going to chuck in a bit of a driver vote or maybe a spin the wheel to randomly select it. And this week it has landed on Daily Race B. Daily Race B is 7 laps around Big Willow in Gr4 cars. So we've doubled that to 14. They're on hard tyres, so hard tyres are mandatory. Actually, let me just double check everyone is on hards because you never know if someone is going to try something. Bop is on for this one as well. Rolling start. This is a track that we almost never see in the normal Aero League racing leagues. Sometimes see it in Nations Cup and Champions Cup and like off-season events like that. But you know, for the Group 3 stuff, it's not really seen as one of the better ones for racing, mainly because of the runoff. And you might have seen in Discord there is the opportunity to go absolutely flying, like those hot air balloons you can see in front of you, if you go into a ditch, which is quite easy to do on this track. So we had 17 sign-ups and only 11 after the qualifying actually opted to join the race. So a bunch of people obviously not feeling too confident on the chances of winning there. So let's go through the grid. We are going to see a lot of Alfa Romeo 4Cs. I am lining up in P11. Got a nice little twirl livery, which I think Erie's made because he's got his name on it. So it potentially is from him. I don't know. I just like twirls. So I picked it. I did 2 laps in total for qualifying. I just basically wanted to make the race, and I did. So let's see how I get on from last place. That is the Alfa Romeo for me because I didn't know. I don't really know what's good in Group 4, to be honest. I don't think a lot of us do. In ALR, we're all Group 3 sweats. Then we got an Aussie, a new guy, and he's in the Renault Megane, which is a lovely car. I wish there was a Renault Megane Group 3. Darlington is lining up in 10th place. He's been put in Tier 2, I think, in my tier, I think, if I remember correctly, after passing evaluation this week. So, yeah, first ever ALR race, and it's in one of these daily doubles. Then we got a Rotikos in the Alfa Romeo 4C in 9th place. He just won the feature race at Nordschleifer in Tier 2, so he'll be feeling quick here. Then we've got Whack in the Honda, so we got another different car for Whack in I think it's an NSX. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. So he is lining up P8 just behind Capel, the lowest ranked Tier 1 driver in the Alpha. Then we've got Deco, pretty solid for him in P6 in the Alpha. Then we've got Aries. I think I'm going to call him Aries. He told me how to pronounce it after the race, but I can't remember. He is going to line up in P5, another Tier 2 driver. Tap, who's also in Tier 2 in P4, always seems to qualify pretty well for these events and get good results. Monty, incredible in P3. He's known for pulling out these insane laps, is Monty. So let's see what he can do in the actual race here. Then we've got Iggy making his first daily double appearance. He's lining up P2. He wants that tenner, and as does Matty. So these two are, we know, super quick drivers at the front. It is going to be a rolling start. Let's get going and see. It's only a 20-minute race, this one, so still quite short, just like last week. Next week's going to be a very long one to commentate, so it's potentially not going to get done on like a lunch break from work like what I'm doing here. Anyway, let's get going. Rolling start. Everyone should line up into turn 1 normally, as long as everything works out. Looks like a pretty decent start for Matty. Matty and Iggy both in the Alphas. Alpha for Monty as well, with a lovely McLaren livery on. Tap coming under pressure from Aries already. Aries looking a little bit wobbly there. Looks like he's trying to pull alongside Tap into turn 2, and it looks like he's going to get that position. This is a very long sweeping right-hander, which you can pretty much take flat out. A little bit of lifting probably required, because if you get it on the gravel, you're going to go a very long way off track. And it looks like he has overtaken Tap. Tap's going to try and get him back, and he backs out of it into the braking point, this uphill cambered corner, and it's pretty much as you were at the front. It looks like Iggy and Matty have completely dropped Monty already, so Iggy's got a task on his hands. It looks like Matty is looking a little bit wobbly here. This might open the door for Iggy because it's a long run down on full throttle here up to the final corner, and Matty got a pretty bad exit from there. And Iggy puts some tyres on the dirt. I don't think it penalises you that much. There's nothing going on there, though it looks like there's a bit of action going on here between Whack, Capel and Eroticos. And there you can see me just chilling at the back there, trying to learn the track still. And Whack's covered off Eroticos, Eroticos covered off Capel. Darlington tried to go around the outside of Capel, but he does go a little bit on the gravel, as does Whack. Let's join a little bit here. So we can see Eroticos going to try and go the long way out around Whack. This isn't going to work, I don't think. Whack's going to keep the inside line here, and yeah, completely shut Eroticos there. Eroticos now going to try and go the long way around the next corner. I don't think that's going to work. It might open the door for Capel if he's feeling brave and gets a good run out of this corner. He looks a little bit wide through the corner compared to the other two, and he's not closing the gap as a result. Now is Eroticos going to chuck it in under braking here? This is an overtaking spot, but it is one where a lot of contact could happen. Whack goes wide anyway, so that does bring Eroticos alongside. Now Eroticos trying to go around the outside here, and he's going to get it stuck. That's a great overtake around the outside to get that position. Let's see what's happening at the front. How is Iggy looking with Matty? There looks like maybe a second, between 1 and 2 seconds is the gap between these two. As we round the corner for this to finish the second of 14 laps. A little bit further back, Aries is up into third somewhere. Let's see how that happened. Oh, Monty's just gone completely off track there. We missed that, and he actually only lost 1 position. Tap couldn't get the move done here, and he slots in quite comfortably next to Tap. So let's go back forward, and it looks like something's happened again to Monty. Same corner. Let's see what happens from Tap's point of view. Again, once you go slightly off, that is going to be a trip into the walls. Oof. I'm surprised that wasn't engine damage, to be honest. And he's going to rejoin. Something's happened to Whack as well. Whack's gone off at the same point, so maybe Whack a little bit distracted there. He's got Eroticos ahead of him after losing that position. Oh, yeah, exactly the same as Monty. And that is going to be very lovely for me, getting promoted a couple of free positions here. And now I can try and see what I can do from inside the top 10. Let's rejoin the front. So yeah, I reckon Matty's got 2 seconds on Iggy right now, which is a great start for Matty in the Group 3s. Obviously, the order gets shaken up a little bit when you are dealing with, well, basically it's a spec series. Everyone's in the Alpha 4C, but also the Group 4s do handle differently to the Group 3s, and it depends how much practice you've got in these kind of cars and how quick you are getting up to speed. It looks like Matty has been sweating. He wants that tenner, and he's definitely in pole position to get it at the moment. Aries not too far back, actually. He's last lap was in the 19s. I think you want to be in the 19s to be getting on the podium. Tap's first proper lap was in the 20s. Excuse me. Deco doing, oh, something happened to Aries. He's lost that position to Tap. I think we need to see that from on board. Don't want to miss any action like that for sure. Ah, that's just messy, isn't it? So Tap up into the top 3 now. And what's Deco going to do? Is he going to get him as well? Looks fairly easy for Deco. Deco's having a good little run here. As they brake for the final corner, slight braking. Aries taking a much tighter line, which means he's going to get a worse exit. Easy to go wide there, and he doesn't go off too far. We've got Eroticos, we've got Capel under a bit of pressure from Darlington. Then there's me, and then there's still quite a gap. Monty's going to, for the first time, take that corner correctly, unlike Whack. I knew there was going to be something. So yeah, this final corner really catching out a lot of people. Anyway, back to the front. This nice little battle in the top 5. Actually, everyone down to, well, between 3 and 9 are all fairly close together here. So any little mistake is going to drop someone pretty far back. We still got a long way to go as well. We're only on lap 4 out of 14. Aries still could. Ooh, I was going to say he could catch Deco here. He looks like he's got more pace, but he is making more mistakes. Deco just driving pretty smoothly. Yeah, and he's getting away from Aries after that couple of corners. A bit further back, Darlington trying to chase down Capale. He's in the 21s, 3/10 quicker than me, and Capale's about 3/10 quicker than him as well. So there are some gaps forming at the moment, but I do know that they're all going to start closing down at some point. So we're in a little lull in the daily double. Matty on course to win. Let's see what this lap time looks like for him. 19.2 was the previous quickest, 19.5 for him, 19.1 for Iggy. Iggy's just set the fastest lap, 4/10 quicker than Matty. He's got a great chance of getting this P1 if he catches, if he keeps this up, essentially. And then you can see a lovely little camera angle here showing how spread out everyone else is, down to 9th. Then Monty trying to catch up. He's just set a 20.2, which is his quickest lap. And Wack is about to get lapped himself. So let's rejoin round about here. Let's see how these guys come around the corner. We've got Eroticos chasing down Aries in this braking zone. Aries went a little bit wide at that corner. Eroticos' turn to go wide now, and he goes, oh, that's not good. And Capale's going to get past. He actually only loses 1 spot, amazingly. It looks like Darlington may have lost a little bit of ground to Capale in the opening sequence of the lap, and Eroticos just slots into that section. So 1 more place gain for Capale, up into the top 6 now. Tap's still looking fairly comfortable in 3rd. So Matty coming into the final corner. He needs to find maybe 2 or 3 tenths to avoid Iggy getting into slipstream range. So that is a 19.5 again, 19.4 for Iggy, so he couldn't match his previous time. He needs to find a bit more, he needs to dig deep there. Then Tap at 19.7, 19.6 for Deco, he's finding some good pace, 19.8 for Aries. Then we're in the 20s for everyone a little bit further back. And Monty's starting to catch up at 20.4 as well. So what can Aries do? He seems to be the quickest out of this group, but these 3, P3, 4 and 5, all in the 19s. He is almost half a second quicker on that first sector, and he's just done exactly what Eroticos did on the previous lap, and he's gonna, oh, he hasn't managed to recover it like Eroticos has. There those two go. Darlington and me get through as well. Is he going to be able to rejoin ahead of Monty? He is, but he's going to have dirty tyres, and that is his quest for a top 3 well and truly over. And he goes off again. Yeah, there's the dirty tyres coming back. Dirty hard tyres as well. Not what you want. So Monty up a position. Mistakes are starting to creep in. Speaking of mistakes, Iggy went off slightly there. It doesn't look like he's as close to Matty as he was previously. End of lap 6, Matty at 19.2, he's found 3/10, and Iggy has actually lost a 10th on his previous lap. And we got Tap, 19.8, doing pretty good, 19.9 for Deco, and then we got these guys who haven't been in the 19s yet. Capale just ahead of Eroticos, who's trying to regain that position. Then we have Darlington and myself, not able to really put a move on Darlington at the moment. So I'm just going to have to try and bide my time and hope that he makes some sort of mistake, because he's driving pretty well. Very consistent lap times, look at this. All low 21s or high 20s for Darlington. Eroticos' times a little bit more haphazard. The 22.2 where he made that mistake. It's like Darlington's started to come under pressure, started to make a mistake or two here on this lap. I do remember though, I was catching him in some parts, and then I would make little mistakes and lose about a second to him, and then I'd catch him back up. It wasn't smooth sailing for me on this one. as opposed to last week where I got my podium. What's happening at the front? Rounding the final corner again. These laps are very, very short. We're over halfway into the race right about now. 19.5 compared to a 19.5. Still Iggy not able to reduce that gap. A 19.9 for Tap as well. He's looking fairly comfortable ahead of Deco, who's just putting a lap on Whack there. Oh, and look at this. Darlington going defensive into this corner. Goes a little bit wide. And yeah, that was a bad incident. I didn't know if there was contact. Let's see. I think there might have been contact. So I'm trying to get the cut back here, in my defense. Ah, look at the lag. Am I saved by the lag? Let's have a look. I might have been saved by the lag here. There's definitely a car's width to get in. There I go. Oh, there was the contact, but you can't really see it. I definitely hit him though, because look how bad I took the corner. I went off track as well. So apologies. Welcome to ALR. The admin is going to run you off track accidentally in your first race. Feel free to report it if you want. So yeah, that's me up to P7 with an absolutely fantastic move up the inside of turn 1. Let's go back up to Iggy, who's still trying to chase down Matty. Let's see what this battle into for P1 actually looks like. Matty's driving absolutely fantastic here. Sometimes we see if he's put under a bit of pressure, he can make a mistake though, and he's not really been under any real pressure. Iggy's not been able to get that close to him. Never been within a second since the start of the race. 19.3 is better for Iggy, but even so, Matty's found some more time. He's in the 19.4s as well. Although Matty got that first corner incredibly wrong. But he's still got a fairly solid lead. So let's see what's happening further back. Tap still defending from Deco. These two lapping pretty decently. Wax trying to hang in there. He's a lap down though. And Capel and Eroticos still pretty close as well. Let's see what Eroticos can do. Showing good pace here. So, but look at that. The first time he's been in the 19s was the last lap. Capel's never been in the 19s. And Eroticos going quicker again. So he's found his footing around the circuit, but it has taken over half a race. And Capel's gone wide. It's not enough for Eroticos to get alongside though. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Sorry again. This is a good run now for Eroticos into the final corner. If he's brave, he can absolutely chuck it here. Capel looks like he's slightly leaving the door open, which is quite unlike Capel. There, it's closed now, it's closed now. He's going to open it again if Eroticos wants to go for it. He's going to try, but the angle's just, it's not good enough here to get the move done. So Capel actually, it might not. He's going to get slipstream now on the back straight. This is going to be a great opportunity. Capel's already going defensive. Oh no, he hasn't. Oh, he's leaving the door open for Eroticos. Eroticos is sending it. There is contact between the two of them. Eroticos goes off track, but does get the position somehow. Manages to rejoin ahead of Capel. And I think that might be done and dusted for Eroticos. Good move there. Let's rejoin the front because it looks like Iggy is catching up to Matty now. His last lap was a 19.2, so very close to Iggy's fastest lap of the race. 19.4 for Matty. And he looked like he was all out of shape, but he's definitely pulling away from that corner from Iggy, who's actually set the fastest lap so far. He's got purple after a couple of sectors on this lap. Maybe Iggy can reel him in the last few laps. This is squeaky bum time, isn't it? A good exit there for Matty. 19.101 for Iggy, the fastest lap of the race. 19.346, 2/10 ahead still for Matty. It is still looking very comfortable for him if he keeps up this kind of pace. These two absolutely insane. In the top 50 in the world when qualifying ended with their qualifying times. as opposed to me. I was, oh, something's happened to Eroticos. What has happened? I actually forgot something happened to him. After all that work, he goes wide on the final corner. Let's rewind and get that in all its glory here. Again, this is the corner everyone's making their mistakes, and yeah, he I don't know what that was, because he went really wide around it, and he's, oh yes, I do remember what happened. He spins into the pit lane, gets a 3-second penalty because obviously he cut the white line, which doesn't even matter, and because he went into the pit lane backwards, he gets automatically reset to track. Down into P9, he's down behind Darlington, behind Monty on his recovery as well. Monty, oh, I thought he was going to go off track, he doesn't. So P9 for Eroticos now, and with a 3-second penalty, that is basically his race over. After a good little recovery from an earlier spin, it's just a race about being consistent, isn't it? Speaking of consistency, Matty at the front and Iggy in P2. These two you will usually see racing on Sunday nights in ALR in the eSports League. Matty's an FGR driver now, having raced previously for Project Platypus. Iggy is an Aero GT driver, which is our ALR's eSports team. So no bias shown here, but come on Iggy, let's get this win. Good exit there by the looks of it from Iggy. Let's see what the lap times look like. 19.3, 19.1, another 0.2, and Iggy is definitely in slipstream range now. We've only got 3 more laps to go, and he's probably lost a tenth or two there, going wide on the exit of turn 1, which is not what he wanted to see. Let's ride on board with Iggy and see how he takes this. So he was lifting and then getting on the full throttle really early on the exit of the long right-hander. Someone span. It's just black. Never mind. Let's stick with Iggy then. Oh, someone else is off track as well. Monty, not again. Oh, this is quite a long. It's quite a long one. So he's trying to get past Darlington here. The exact same thing in the exact same corner. 3. Oh wow. Okay, he's caught some air there as well. Let's see it from this angle. This is definitely the spin of the week. Boom, and into the barriers, and engine damage on top of it. Something's also happened to Aries. He's down in 10th still. Anyway, back to the front with Iggy. This is basically where we left off. So look how early he gets on the throttle, despite the car still needing to turn a fair bit more out of that corner. Then you're basically on the gravel there, which seems to be the optimal race line. And both of them going on the gravel again on the exit. Matty struggling with traction there. This is the first time Iggy is properly close to Matty. The door's been opened and we've got a little bit of a run until the final corner, and then another run into turn 1. So Iggy's got a few chances to try and get P1. He's going to try and go around the outside of the final corner. Matty defending the inside. He is ahead as we break into the corner, but Matty's got the advantage. And Iggy, oh, he lost a little bit on the gravel. They're both very fair, leaving each other space. There is stewards in this one, because there is a tenner on the line for the winner. And obviously we don't want people winning through incidents, but these guys are keeping it very clean. Matty defending very nice. He's got 2 more laps to do this though. He was looking pretty comfortable for the whole race up until that one little mistake that he made. Run down into this really late braking, cambered uphill corner. And then this one you hardly have to brake. Look at that, just a tiny bit of braking there for Iggy. Taking a tighter line than Matty. Matty's got a better exit though. So Matty getting on the throttle there. This is where Matty made his mistake in the previous lap. Remember, well, actually both of them avoided the gravel on the exit there. So, Matty looking a bit more comfortable. There's going to be a lapped car who is looking a little bit out of shape coming into contention potentially soon. There is only going to be 1 more lap left of this though, so Iggy is definitely running out of opportunities. Yellow flags out as well. How did the yellow flags come out at that point? It is Aries, and he's off, he's off anyway, so never mind. Here we go, a great exit from turn 1. He's right on Matty's bumper now. Matty going defensive around the very long right-hander. If Iggy gets this move done around the right, no, Matty comes back into Matty. Matty covers him off as well. He's left the door open if Iggy wants to try and cut back. But Matty now has the inside line for the next corner if he sticks there. He's going to be compromised on this uphill section. Now, Iggy needs a good run out of this next corner. This is his last chance, really, to get the race win from Matty. Looks like Matty took the corner a bit better. Iggy had to kind of back out of it a little bit because Matty's car was there. And what can Matty do? It looks like he's going to hold it off. He's got a really good run out of the previous corner. He's got clear daylight ahead of Iggy. And it might end up being a lights to flag victory here for Matty, apart from that one moment where Iggy was slightly ahead on the outside of this corner. But Matty's kept it. He's already weaving before the line, celebrating a bit early, but he's going to win that tenner. So congrats to Matty. Iggy P2, I think it was only 4/10 of a second the gap. We got quite a big gap to Tap and Deco, but a really good P3 for Tap. Deco stuck with him the whole race and gets P4. Then we've got, Aries in 10th already crossing the finish line, and Wack is going to finish 11th. But in 5th place, we've got Capale. Solid. Me from P11, I was pretty happy to finish P6 with 0 practice there. Darlington not too far behind in 7th in the end. Potentially could have done better in the 4C. I don't know how close the Renault is to the 4C in pace. Then we've got Eroticos in 8th, and the final one on the lead lap with a very battered and bruised car. Had engine damage. I think finishing on the lead lap is an achievement in itself, to be honest. Let's see if he can make this final corner one final time. It actually says push me on his rear, and I don't think anyone needed to push him. I think it was pushing himself off the track a lot there. Is he going to make it this time? He is. Chucking it in. Look at that. A 154 followed by a 134 followed by a 1 minute 20. Is this potentially going to be his quickest lap? Is he gone for it? It's going to be in the 20s. So yeah, P9 for Monty in the end. And that's your lot. So very quick one here for the Daily Double. Next week's going to be a long one, Daily Double C. So we'll have to wait and see what PD decides to give us on that one. I'm assuming it's going to be a Group 3 race, which probably means it's going to be a popular one. And it might get a little sweaty for qualifying. So yeah, watch out for sign-ups on the Discord channel. It is the Daily Double availability channel, which you should all have access to. If you can't see it, let a helper know and we'll sort that out. And yeah, happy racing. And yeah, I'll be back in a little bit for Tier 2 White Nürburgring commentary.